Hi there, Simon from simonwoods.com. Whoops a daisy, nearly got my red nose into the spittoon then. Welcome to Wine Relief, and this is the selection of red wines today from Waitrose, often considered to be, and certainly thought of by me, as Britain's top supermarket for buying wine. Let's see what the three reds that they've got in their Wine Relief offer are like. Remember, 10% from the proceeds of all these goes into the comic relief coffers. First one I've got here, Calvé Reserve Bordeaux. Now, I'm doing a series at the moment called Wine FAQ, and one of the things I've just done is wine labelled, should it be labelled by region or by grape variety? Nice thing about this is, it says Bordeaux on the label, but it also says Merlot Cabernet Sauvignon. So, whether you're coming from the regional point of view, you'll recognise the Bordeaux name, or the grape variety point of view, you'll recognise Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon. It's all on here. Friendly packaging, friendly vintage 2009. Let's see whether it's a friendly wine. Well, certainly the friendliness of the vintage comes through when you smell it. It smells soft and juicy and ripe with this plummy, like raspberry character. And what maybe marks it out as being a French wine rather than a Merlot Cabernet from another part of the world. There's this almost like a cedary undercurrent, just this nice edge of greenness, not underripe greenness, but just something adding a little bit of herbal spice to the smell of it. Let's see whether it tastes the same. Well, it's a very nice, friendly, juicy wine, and yes, it's got that earthy undercurrent that makes you realise it's come from somewhere which maybe isn't as warm as some other parts of the world where they grow Merlot and Cabernet. And the finish that you're left with, it's got a freshness to it. It's got this freshness, spice. Doesn't feel like a wine that I want to keep or for any length of time. Certainly fine for a couple of years. What I would do if I were having it now, slosh it out into a jug or something an hour or so before you're serving it, and it'll come out to the fore even more. In fact, I'm sure if I smell it now, there'll be a few more things coming out already. Yeah, it's opening up, and what's happening is the fruit is becoming richer, warmer, softer, but there's also this almost like a honeyed character coming through. It's like smokiness from an oak barrel, and yeah, it feels like a wine that is going to give immense pleasure in the short term. Don't bother keeping stuff like this. These are wines that are made to drink well young, so I might have another drink of it. Yeah, nice start. Only thing I don't particularly like about it, it says on the back, picked at, made with selected grapes harvested at optimum ripeness. Now, you're not going to put on a back label, made with grapes picked at the wrong time. So, optimum ripeness is one of those words that people put on just to fill in a gap. It's like wine writers sometimes put good with food. French for two, as we say at our house. Anyway, next wine. Inicon, Sicilia. Inicon is the brand from Sicily. Nero d'Avola Frappato. Those are two of classic southern Italian grapes. Nero d'Avola is the quite sturdy one. Frappato gives these wines that have got a little bit of strawberry violet fragrance. So it should be a nice, well, let's see if the blend works. 2009? Another thing that doesn't make any sense. Grower's selection. What on earth does that mean? Anyway. But, smells good. It's got this really nice, sometimes southern Italian wines, modern southern Italian wines, have forgotten that they're southern Italian and have got rid of that rustic charm. This one has got that. It's not afraid to be that little bit grunty. It's got this sweet strawberry fragrance, but it's also got this dark, bitter chocolate character, herbs, undergrowth, yet wine with stubble. It's a really intriguing mix because it's got this quite rich herby side, and not herbicide, herby side, with this black cherry and plum type of character, and then it's got this more gentle, soft, ooh, a little cooing strawberry edge. Very tasty wine. They suggest on the back trying it slightly chilled. Maybe try it. Yeah, it's because it's not got really any hard edges that are going to suffer in that process. 2 down, 1 to go. And the last one is probably a year too late. It's called Vuvuzela. I know Spain won the World Cup last year, but yeah, you'd think they'd have managed to Anyway, I won't complain about it. Vuvuzela 2009 Tempranillo Cabernet from La Mancha. Now this has got quite a distinctive smell that I associate with the Tempranillo grape when it's young, and it's what I call, it's the smell of reduction. Reduction is when the wine's been made without presence of oxygen. So, and what can happen is the wine almost closes in on itself, and you end up with this little slight tight coiled ball of a wine. If you think of, if you want to experience the smell straight off, get a can of beer, and you know when you pull the can of beer and it goes tss, and there's that little plume of bubbles, well, plume of gas that comes out. That slightly rubbery smell that you get from that. That's the smell of reduction. And a little bit of it good, a lot of it, and it tends to stay in the wine. So you often want to give the wines like that, give them a, slosh it back and forth, jug to bottle, bottle to jug, glass bottle to me, to you, and all that lot. So I'll give this lots of whirling, and maybe come back later. Dum de dum de dum de dum. Tra la 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 la, tra la 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 lee. And it is slowly dissipating, and more of that classic Tempranillo flavour. Strawberries tinged with vanilla, even when the wine's not been near an oak barrel. I don't think this has been too near an oak barrel. That type of character is coming out now. Bit of spice too. And also there's a bit of black currant in it, which will probably be the touch of Cabernet Sauvignon. And it is slowly coming out. Rather than me sitting here for half an hour swirling and swirling and swirling, I think it'd be far better to get a jug, tip it in there, and let the air get to it. So what time is it now? 4 o'clock. By the time come 7 o'clock, having a nice plate of proper sausages and mash, some chorizo if you, I suppose we're doing Spain, or if you want to do Italy, some of those nice herby Italian sausages with lots of fennel in there, with olive oil mash. Salivating at the thought of it. What would be nice about it with that? Yes, sometimes La Mancha can be just a little bit, the flavours can be that little bit too baked and too warm. This has got that, some of that southern dusty warmth to it, but the strawberry and vanilla character of the Tempranillo being kept in check by that little backbone from the black curranty Cabernet Sauvignon. Nice and getting better by the minute. Still think my favourite of the three is the Inicon, but good trio, especially when 10% of sales from each of these is going to Wine Relief. So go out, fill your trolley, fill your boots, or fill whatever you've got to fill, and see you soon.